Are your hormones holding your midlife weight at hostage, irrespective of how well you eat or how much you're exercising? You're confused with your body the way it is or the way it's becoming. Your weight refuses to leave you, super stubborn belly fat. Then watch this video till the end. I will share with you how to manage your hormones better so you can actually finally start to release weight naturally with no strict diets and brutal workouts. The first thing that you need to understand is right now the weight is not a willpower problem, because you may have a lot of willpower, you may be doing everything right, but your body is just not moving. The first thing here to understand is that what you were doing in your 20s and 30s is not going to work in your 40s and 50s, which means that there needs to be a shift in your approach. Because your body is changing, your approach needs to change as well. The second thing that you need to remember in this particular case when you're going through midlife weight gain is that the body starts becoming more resistant to your sleep, your stress. So, at one point of time when you feel that, hey, the stress, sleep, it doesn't matter what time I sleep or how stressed I am, I'm still managing to lose weight. Well, at this point, that might not work anymore. Okay, it gets more challenging, especially if you're going against your body. And lastly, what you need to understand is adaptation. See, midlife is not that, everything needs to stop and you can never go back to being the same kind of person that you want to be in terms of physically, whether it's emotionally, you can. It's just a phase that you need to adjust your hormones, support your body, and then you can go back to how it was or how you were feeling before. Now, to understand more about hormones, let me put this in a very simple way. Okay, some of the most important hormones where you should know about what's playing about at this point is firstly your cortisol level. Please understand that if your cortisol level is high, you cannot outrun a cortisol level, which means no matter how much workouts you do, no matter how much nutrition is in place, nothing shifts until your cortisol level comes down. I have personally experienced this, so trust me when I say this. It's not only about your emotional stress, your mental stress, it's also about your physical stress. Right? Because it came to a point where I was really over exercising, thinking that, hey, you know what, the weight gain will stop finally. But forget about the weight gain stopping, it just kept increasing. Every time I stepped on the weighing scale, I'm like, ye kya ho raha hai? And if you're feeling like that, trust me, there is a way to manage this better and for you to slowly start to release weight and make your weighing scale your buddy again. Okay, and as I said, for cortisol to reduce, okay, you need to start reducing the physical, emotional and mental stress that you're feeling. That is very important and it is linked directly to your nervous system. Okay, so this is a different approach in midlife when you want to release weight, is to calm your nervous system so you can manage your hormones better and then release the weight. And I undertake this at a longer level in my 90-day transformation challenge, but because this is a YouTube video, I'm going to keep this short and simple so you understand the basics, so you know where you can start. Right? Second hormone that plays a very important role is estrogen. Okay, estrogen, when your body is going through perimenopause and it's going down, you will also realize that there is a lot of shift between the fat storage places in your body, and that shifts, and your honestly your muscle mass drops. So overall, maybe if you don't even see a lot of shift in the weight, but you might just see a lot of shift in your body in terms of body fat percentage, in terms of, hey, you never had hips and belly and now it's so prominent. And that's because of estrogen fluctuations in the body. So that's the second thing that you should know about. And thirdly, please note, insulin controls your blood sugar and fat storage. So if your insulin is high in terms of, a lot of stress, anyways, the body is going through a lot of stress when it comes to perimenopause hormonally, and if there is a more added stress to it, then trust me, fat storage sticks to your body and it becomes very challenging for you to let go. Now here's when the nervous system's role comes in place, where your hormones are concerned. Why? See, nervous system, the vagus nerve, okay, it's like a messenger. It's like a messenger between your hormones, your heart, your lungs, your liver. It's like a messenger. And when it feels safe, okay, it sends that message that, hey, I'm safe. the digestion is good, everything is good, the body releases, your fat or weight naturally. Okay, when it senses threat, it's going to put you in something called a protect mode. It's going to it holds on to your energy, holds on to your fat storage, holds on to your water, which is why there are times when you feel so tired and fatigued. You may feel so bloated. Like, there were days when, like literally my ring is fine now, but there are times when I myself would be like, what, just my fingers grew fat overnight, the ring refuses to come off. And yeah, you feel that bloating. You feel tiredness. Again, your body is holding on to a lot of fat. So you need to understand that, when you regulate your nervous system, okay, that's when your hormones balance better, and that's when your weight starts to release. So again, I'm saying, if you're still going to follow the same tactics that you were doing in your 20s and 30s where everything was working fine, then it may not work in your 40s. And I'm telling you this why, because see, as a fitness instructor and as a nutritionist, I followed science. So whatever I learned, that's what I followed even when it came to me. But when I realized it worked all this while, right? But somehow, for me at least, post mid 40s, it stopped working because the weight gain was there, right? So the more I was doing, right? So earlier on, yeah, I had like a couple of workouts in my routine, but now I was doing basketball, I was doing squash, swimming, gymming, running, yoga, you name it, I was doing. Now imagine if we follow the scientific logic of this, that, hey, you know what? I'm working out so much and my nutrition is in place. Shouldn't I be dropping weight? But no, I was increasing weight, right? That's when I realized that this is a different game altogether. And again, went back to learning more, understanding more, applying more, not only for myself, for my community. And once I started releasing the weight by doing half of the things I was doing, but adding on a lot of other practices, which was very, very essential, right? Which was very essential. I realized that slowly my body shifted. Slowly I started to drop weight. And that felt amazing. So your nervous system actually sends the signal, and that influences, your hormones, that influences your hunger. You could actually be feeling a lot of emotional hunger, like, cravings, like crazy cravings. And that's one thing that I teach is how do you manage your cravings better, because you're not craving for a food. Yeah, physically you're craving for a food, but actually you're craving for an emotion. It could be that you're upset. It could be that you're sad, you're moody, you're irritated, lonely. It could be all of this. And the cravings just increases when the feeling and the emotion increase, right? So it's really a lot of deep root level work, and it's not surface level. It's not restricted only to like, nutrition and workouts. So I want you to do three things if you're going through this, right? First would be nourishing your body. What do I mean by nourishing your body? See, I'll tell you one thing. If you're going through a strict calorie deficit, first drop that. I want you to understand what your body wants. And when I talk about nourishment, yes, I'm talking about healthy food. I'm talking about anti-inflammatory food. Include all those in your everyday life, right? So include lemon, ginger, include moringa powder. Of course, if again your blood work and everything is okay, but include a lot of anti-inflammatory foods. Okay, but it's going to help you manage inflammation better. Reduce your gluten, reduce your wheat, reduce your dairy, because already hormonally it's going messed up. So you are adding to that by having, having foods that are not supporting your body or hormones at this point, right? Nourishing also means nourish your body with some love, some rest. Earlier on, if you're managing with your 5-6 hours of sleep, maybe this time, your body needs 7 hours. So give it that sleep time and rest time. Give your body sunlight. Nature is an amazing way to actually manage your nervous system better. It's God's gift. So use it every day in the morning. Go out in the sun. Do gratitude, right? Because that's also nourishing. It's nourishing your mind. So when I say nourish your mind, nourish your body, right? So do gratitude. We as a community do all of these things together. I make it like I'm like an accountability partner. So I'm like, you got to do this. But here's the thing. When I say you got to do this, you should want to do it, because that's the signal at this point the body realizes. If you're still going to follow the practice of I have to do this, I have to do that, I want to, I have to, that have to share needs to shift to want to. I want to do this. The whole, your body is so amazing. It recognizes your emotions, it recognizes everything that you feel. So when you do something out of want, okay, your ability, your emotions, your decision making, everything changes. And that's what I really want you to focus on. I want you to go every day on the basis of, I want to do this. I want to nourish my body. I want to eat right. I want to slow down for my body. I want to manage my hormones better. The way you say it, the way you feel it, at this point, that's all the body needs. And when your body feels nourished, it feels safe, when you're managing your emotions better, trust me, it is slowly going to let go of that weight. That can take time. Okay, that can take time. And if you're interested in learning more about this and understanding how can you do that, join in for my masterclass. Okay, it's basically nervous system midlife weight release for women without brutal workouts and strict diet and no guilt. Okay, so you can click on the link, register. I'll see you live, and I really look forward to welcoming you in my community. I hope this helps. Please share it with someone who really needs to hear this. Take care and have an amazing day.